message to the starseeds of New Earth, for immediate planetary broadcast. Prelude. Great One. The Pleiadians are masters of light, consciousness and ascension. These grand beings are indeed the benevolent watchers over the evolution of humankind. They speak higher truths, clearly to humans, in a down-to-earth and easy-to-understand way. The information they bring is pure light and is encoded in such a way to activate dormant DNA strands and increase consciousness levels. There is nothing more true than what is. Another name for what is simply light. This light we speak of is eternal, universal Akashic data, and it is the ultimate truth. When this light comes into the body, things start to activate and turn on. This new light data triggers cellular DNA and causes much larger and more complex streams of cosmic level information to flow through the DNA strands or optics of the body. This new higher data then becomes available to consciousness, greatly expanding awareness and levels of knowing. Furthermore, when this high vibrational cosmic light data begins to flow through the body, it unlocks memories stored in the cells of the body, even ancient memories. When all of this happens, one will experience an amazing, blissful aha moment where everything will begin to make complete sense, for the first time. At this point, all states of amnesia and ignorance are removed and the light of truth shines, forcing all things to show themselves as they truly are. This is the Great Awakening and the grand process of ascension that is underway right now on planet Earth. The great masters have said, now is time to fully ascend so that you may know all things. Tonight we will tell you the rest of the story about humanity, Earth and the cosmos. We will tell you what really happened in Earth's ancient past, and we will shine light on the current state of affairs of humanity's evolution and the grand ascension to the fifth dimensional New Earth. The data in this stream is lengthy and should be reviewed twice for it to be integrated. Read it slower the second time and take notes on the data points below. Some of the facts here are eye-opening, and it is advised that one look at the whole picture with an open mind. Be sure to do your own research and truth-seeking on these subjects. This channeled message is presented in the highest love for all humanity. Here are the amazing contents of this important new light forces message. Begin transmission. Great One. As the guardians of planet Earth and the beings here, we the Pleiadians, have been watching over humanity's evolution, and assisting mankind with the care of this planet, for a very long time. Earth is a beautiful and special place in this cosmos, and there is no other place like it. As architects of new worlds, we created a divine plan for planet Earth and set it in motion, eons ago. We did not create the plan alone. In fact, you were personally involved in creating this divine plan. The plan was to create a beautiful world on Earth that would function as an experiential ascension training ground, to see how the beings who came here could evolve their way back, consciously, to where they came. All the information about the game itself, and the data collected from the experiences on Earth was stored in the magnificent crystals of Earth and hidden inside each player's body as well. Planet Earth and all its life quickly evolved into a literal living library for the entire cosmos. Earth soon became known across the entire cosmos as the primary place in the universe for soul development. An added caveat of this Earth game was to see how well you could assist the other players in being successful along the way. While you knew you would face monumental challenges by coming to Earth, you were brave and you did it anyway. You did it for yourself and you did it for all the others involved. When you were ready to depart on your grand mission to Earth, you took a deep breath and in all your glory, from heaven to Earth, you came down. You and billions of other higher beings which only knew higher dimensional perfection, began incarnating on the Earth plane so you could experience the contrast of being physical. You came to Earth by free will intent and you came with a plan. You planned everything that you would experience here in advance of your trip, and you planned on how you would return back one day to your higher state of divine perfection. Since you were already perfect before you came to Earth, you and the others had to devise a way so you would not be so aware of your perfection. You decided to make it so you didn't know very much, at least in the beginning. You created a plan to limit access to the data from your higher self and to limit access to most of your memories. You in essence turned down your conscious awareness to very low levels. You forgot who and what you truly are, and you forgot how to access the divine abilities that you have. You entered a long unconscious state of amnesia and you were plunged into the dark with no information about what had happened or about much of anything else for that matter. This was the base starting point and the very first day of your great spiritual journey to planet Earth, which was in linear time, millions of years ago. When civilization first started on Earth in ancient times, it was very basic, but eventually it evolved into more complex and advanced civilizations. These first beings of Earth learned in time. The process of natural physical evolution takes a very, very long time on Earth to occur, and the process of soul evolution is another matter and takes much longer. The evolutionary project of planet Earth was moving along with success, and it seemed that no matter what challenge early humanity met with, they would somehow always overcome the challenge and evolve above it. Almost every challenge, that is. You see, the rules of this Earth game provided that everything was allowed as an obstacle to this higher ascension project, even natural Earth disaster, and worse, cosmic level disaster. 5 advanced civilizations that existed on Earth before the Great Flood rose to incredible levels of technology and wisdom in their time. However, all 5 of these evolved Earth races had one tragic thing in common. Just as all of these civilizations was reaching the apex of its evolution, a major cataclysmic event came along and completely wiped each one of them out. All the progress they had made was wiped out. 99% of the global population was wiped out except a handful of survivors. All of their treasures and most of their knowledge was instantly, almost completely erased from the face of the Earth. We want to reiterate. This happened 5 times in Earth's ancient past to 5 advanced Earth races, before the Great Flood, and all 5 times, this planetary extinction event was caused by the same cosmic event. This cataclysmic cosmic event always happened at the same point in the cosmic cycle. What's more, every time one of these planetary cataclysms occurred, the original knowledge of Earth was further erased and the amnesia factor became worse. Of course, since these civilizations became extinct, their evolutionary work to progress to the next highest dimension was cut short, and according to the rules of their mission to Earth, they had to come back and start again, multiple times. It's important to say that each of these great civilizations that existed at different epochs were the same group of beings, and it has ultimately been only one great civilization, with different names, throughout prehistory and history. This same group of beings is on planet Earth today, doing the same evolutionary work as in ancient days. You were certainly there each time, and every detailed memory of it all is still inside, waiting to be remembered. In those ancient days, even though humanity was very advanced in each of these civilizations, it seemed they did not possess the ability to prevent their own destruction and extinction. The rules of Earth game says if you get knocked out of the game, get up and keep going. Of course, the resilience of the great beings who came to Earth always prevailed, even if they had been knocked down numerous times. We will remind you that you are still here today, finishing what you started a long time ago. This time you finally make it to the finish line, so be encouraged. When the archaeologists of today attempt to identify what happened to these ancient cultures, they will look at the evidence and say, it looks like these ancient races were here one day and gone the next. It's as if they simply vanished without a trace in a single day. While thousands of megalithic and other remains from these prehistory civilizations remained above ground until today, most of these ancient cultures' stone structures, writings and creations were buried under 6 miles of Earth's sediment by the intense global floods of each cataclysm. Before we transmit the important data markers in this transmission, we want to provide some basic background information about the event and the grand solar flash. What is the grand solar flash? The grand solar flash is a very high magnitude, Earth-directed solar flare known as a super flare, which could register as an X50 to X100 or higher class on the X-ray scale. An intense super flare from Earth's sun would be witnessed by someone on Earth as a blinding flash of magnetic, white light. The ancients called this cosmic flash event many names, including Shamash and Samvartaka fire. It is written about in every culture's ancient writings, including the Vedas, the Sumerian tablets, biblical texts, Egyptian texts, and the Mayan Codex. The light emitted from this great cosmic flash is exotic gamma-level light, which resonates super high and is called the light of the stars. Gamma light is proven by Earth science to instantaneously recode DNA, morphing it into a more complex and advanced state of functionality. The grand solar flash, the divine light, is the cosmic trigger and cause for what is simply referred to as the event in modern times. The moment when this massive light wave impacts the surface of planet Earth is called the compression breakthrough, and this moment is the beginning of the Earth event. What is this Earth event, or simply, the event? It is an ascension event. This ascension event is where humanity reaches the fifth dimensional level of conscious awareness and is able to perceive the new 5D Earth matrix. The Vedas say, when the Samvartaka fire comes, rainbow-colored clouds shall appear around the earth and people will attain their rainbow body, aka crystalline light body. This is an instant transmutation and ascension to the fifth dimension that occurs in the twinkling of an eye. The new 5D light body is certainly a glorified body. This fifth dimensional new earth is also called heaven and is a realm of only love, peace, perfect health, freedom, abundance, and all goodness. It's important to note that this heaven is not a place but a vibratory state of being, or a resonance where a being will perceive a lighter, nicer reality. This heaven is not far away up in the sky but all around you right now on earth. You would simply need your fifth strand of DNA active to be able to perceive it as the outward reality. The event is also a spectacular planetary liberation event. Since freedom is a fifth dimensional energy, obviously the Earth will experience an immediate planetary liberation at the time of this event. Now let's move up to present day in Earth year 2022. Great one. Just a few Earth days ago, a critical new data stream of information was received by the Earth Alliance. Markers in this data revealed some important information regarding this great story of planet Earth. This data stream shows that every 13,000 years, exactly half of the 26,000-year precession of the equinoxes, and just like clockwork, a major cosmic event occurs in Earth's solar system which profoundly affects the Earth, and all life on Earth. In relation to Earth, and more specifically, this cosmic event is a solar event, and this solar event is called the Great Solar Flash. This solar event has occurred 5 times in Earth's prehistory, and each time, it triggered a geomagnetic reversal which created an extinction-level event on planet Earth. The other big factor in the new data shows that planet Earth is currently in the beginning of one of these 13,000-year cataclysm cycles. This cycle was exactly predicted by the Mayan culture, and began in 2012. According to the data, we are 10 years into this cycle and Earth should already be enduring a major cataclysm solar event, right at this moment. The length of the most intense part of the cataclysmic period on Earth, after the pole shift, is shown to be around 1,000 to 1,200 years, until the magnetic poles begin stabilizing. The primary questions at this point are: who knows the mystery of what is causing this solar flash event to happen every 13,000 years just like clockwork? If a cataclysm is supposed to be happening now on Earth, just like 5 times in the past, why is it not happening? And lastly, if I do my own research and come to my own conclusion this data is correct, then shouldn't I be concerned, worried, or even fearful? Here are the true answers to these questions. We want to address the last and most important question first. Shouldn't I be concerned, worried, or even fearful? It is absolutely imperative here that we say this is not a fear-a-doom prophecy and there is nothing to fear. You will see and know this clearly as you continue. The data shows what has happened 5 times in the past and what would normally happen again in this time. The data does not say in any way that anything cataclysmic will happen on Earth at this time. The data also goes on to reflect just as the Mayans said. The 6th time this cosmic event happens will be different, for the first time in history. They said, the culture that is alive during the time of the 6th sun will emerge successfully as the rainbow children of the earth, and not one of them shall be harmed. Even more so, these rainbow children go on after the grand solar flash, to enter the new earth that we speak of. Here are a few more important questions about this cosmic event, and here are the Pleiadian answers. What is causing this solar flash event to happen every 13,000 years, just like clockwork? We assure you it is all the natural workings of the cosmos, and another heavenly body is at work behind the scenes. Years ago, Earth's Pioneer 10 probe found a planet 5 times the size of Earth, beyond Pluto, orbiting around a dead star. This star or sun is the binary twin of Earth's sun. This second sun is known as the black sun. It does not emit light, which means it's invisible to the eye, but Its gravitational force is tremendous, in fact about 1,000 times more powerful than Earth's sun. The planet in this distant star system is located 50 billion miles out, in the Oort cloud, and is indeed the mysterious planet X. This planet and sun system has such a powerful magnetic pull, it controls the orbital patterns and axis tilts of every object in Earth's solar system, even the very precession of the equinoxes. The orbit of this star system moves closest energetically to Earth's sun exactly every 13,000 years, right on schedule. When this cosmic system's orbit arrives at perihelion with Earth's sun, it causes the sun's corona to build up a tremendous electromagnetic charge which will explode or flash to release the pressure of the particles. When this intense solar flash has exploded and impacted Earth as it has the last 5 cycles, it causes an immediate pole reversal of planet Earth, an instant freeze or superheating, and it triggered tremendous tectonic activity which created mile-high oceanic floods. The ancients did not watch the stars or track the equinoxes for fun. They were precisely tracking the orbit of this supergravitational binary star system. The number one priority of every ancient advanced culture on Earth, before the Great Flood, was to observe and record the orbital trajectory and timing of this planetary killer. They had to know when it was coming and how much time they had. These early ancient astronomy efforts led to our current understanding of cosmic cycles, the zodiac, the precession of the equinoxes, and to the creation of Earth's calendar. This black, very dense second sun is indeed the missing piece of the puzzle of Earth's ancient history. If a geomagnetic reversal in Earth cataclysm is supposed to be happening now, just like 5 times in the past, why is it not happening? Also, if this type of solar event happens again, won't humanity be wiped out like they were in the past? What is different now? Do not dismay, as deeper knowledge is required. The Pleiadians say that it is known by the forces of light assisting humanity that, in Earth year 2022, the planet has indeed entered the time of the 6th sun, which began in 2012, and when the grand solar flash does occur, this time, something very different will happen on Earth. Humanity will not be destroyed again, but instead will be instantly translated completely into the 5th dimension. How is this possible? For the first time in human history, humanity, with the assistance of light forces, has enough knowledge and technology to prevent a planetary cataclysm from a pole shift caused by a major solar event. For several Earth years, light forces have been assisting the leaders of light of planet Earth in developing an artificial magnetic field which can counteract a pole shift. The technology to do this is a special secret project that exists in Antarctica, out of the public eye, and involves Tesla scalar wave technology. The technology has been in place and in use for over a decade now, and this super artificial magnetic field is in fact currently counterbalancing Earth's, way out of place, magnetic North Pole. Earth's magnetic field has been weakening for hundreds of years. However, it began weakening at a much faster pace after 2012, exactly when this 6th, 13,000-year cycle began. For this reason, a protective protocol has been in place for some time to spray reflective cosmic ray barriers into Earth's skies to keep the particles from doing damage. Some very serious, planetary-sized engineering projects have indeed been going on. However, light forces are running the show, and the goal is to protect this project at all costs. When we say project, we mean the beings here and their ascension, the Earth itself, and all other life on Earth. For the record, the powers that were knew about this cosmic cycle from the beginning and realized a good while back the only way to save their own lives from what was coming was to save the whole planet. They had to do some serious soul searching and make some serious concessions, such as putting humanity as a whole and Mother Earth first, before light forces would even assist them with the geomagnetic technology in Antarctica. We tell you, the future timeline of Earth is completely known, and benevolent light forces are completely in control of all Earth systems. You are moving on a positive 5D gamma timeline where humanity ascends to 5D new Earth soon, and there can never be another planetary cataclysm of any kind. Okay, so is the grand solar flash really going to happen soon? Or not? The answer is yes, absolutely. It will happen right on time, just like clockwork. Earth is well into the exact 13,000-year cosmic cycle when the grand solar flash happened on planet Earth. during the past 13,000-year half-equinox cycles. This time around, you will receive the positive DNA upgrade benefit of the solar flash without the cataclysmic damage that's happened in Earth's past. When the grand solar flash does occur, its negative cataclysmic effects will be instantly mitigated by this Pleiadian magnetic field technology. Furthermore, what will happen is just what the data says and what all ancient cultures say about you, the 4.5 billion starseeds of Earth, and the indigenous humans of Earth. You will be translated instantly to the next highest vibrational level made available on planet Earth by this super flash of cosmic light. You will find yourself from one moment to the next in a much nicer, lighter version of Earth where things are beautiful and peaceful and where only goodness prevails. We give you the highest truths of light and we ask you to keep an open mind while researching all of this for yourself. The true and correct information is available and it will show itself to you if you look for it. Great One. For the first time in human history, when the great light comes, the beings of Earth have the technology and understanding of how to make it to the desired next level. You will be the first on Earth to achieve this great ascension feat, after eons of ascension trial and error. This is how the great story of humanity and your long journey to Earth ends, but it is in no way an ending, and is just the beginning. This is the destiny of humanity and it is your destiny. The age of Aquarius is a time in the great cosmic cycle when truth prevails, and as the great light of consciousness shines brighter in this world, more and more things become unveiled. You are a great light that shines in the darkness. Keep doing your good work to create a better world. Feel free to share how you are doing on your evolutionary journey. Godspeed. I am Michael and we are the Pleiadians. 5DEarthProject.com. Special credit and acknowledgement to the Earth Alliance, the Atla Ra, and the Great White Brotherhood for beautiful, high vibrational, monatomic crystals. Visit OnDaraEnterprise.com.